Many FromSoft games have open-ended lore. The Dark Souls series has a pretty vague story where most of the lore comes from short descriptions of various items. Fortunately, the stories of the Armored Core series are a little bit more straightforward and follow a similar formula, which is that humanity is surviving in a post-apocalyptic world where various powerful corporations are vying for power in that desolate world. The role our character plays in this series is often that of a silent mercenary who carries out acts of destruction for the highest bidder. In addition, we are often faced with choices in these games, such as who do we decide to align ourselves with. These branching paths leave the games open for different endings, which is something FromSoft is very fond of doing. So what about Armored Core 6? By going back and reviewing what's been shown in all the previous trailers so far, plus what we know from previous Armored Core stories, we can make some assumptions. Of course, a lot of this is going to be speculation, but I think some of the details here are pretty concrete based on FromSoft's history and what's been revealed so far. Before jumping into the details of this video, I would like to announce that I will be giving away a free standard edition copy of Armored Core 6 on the platform of the winner's choice. Details for entering the giveaway are at the end of this video. Armored Core 6 is introducing space travel. The game will take place on the planet of Rubicon 3, which is a distant planet rich in a resource called coral. Humanity set up what I assume are industrial mining facilities on the planet to harvest coral, which is said to be used as a new energy source as well as improve varying technologies. One example of improving technologies is neural linking, which uses coral as a resource. However, the substance or the planet itself must be extremely volatile because the entire planet was engulfed in flames while the coral was being harvested. While most life forms were likely wiped out during this event, the planet still has some industrial compounds which probably withstood total destruction. It's now been 50 years since these catastrophic events, which have left the planet barren. Now corporations are vying for control of coral once again, likely occupying some remaining industrial compounds from the past. Our character is brought to the planet, but it's unclear who we are fighting for and against exactly. So what is our character's role in all of this, and who are we? Well, as I mentioned earlier, we often play as a nameless, silent mercenary in most Armored Core games. This game is no different from what I can tell. We are augmented human, codenamed C4621. What does it mean to be an augmented human? From the story trailer, I want to try to make an educated guess and say we are augmented to be able to make a neural connection with the armored cores themselves that we are going to be piloting. We can see a liquid being pumped into our bodies, which could possibly be the coral. It's this red color here that is being used for the neural linking. But it seems like we might also be augmented mentally. We see on the table that there seems to be some device attached to our head, which I assume is meant for performing surgery on the skull. I'm guessing these augmented humans have enhanced mental capacity, which is meant to be used as a fleshy processor for the armored cores. Finally, in this scene here, you can faintly make out some letters and numbers which appear to make out C4 and 621. Which seems like it could be the core of an armored core. So basically where we're going to be linked up to the machine and stuff like that. So it's kind of like a cockpit where our bodies go, but our brains are connected to the machine. Basically, our sole purpose in life is to pilot these giant mechs, and the one who created us is currently an unknown doctor, but the one who owns us is a man named Walter. Walter seems to be in charge of a mercenary group. In this area of expertise, he is better known as Handler Walter, and his warriors are called Hounds. It would appear Walter is seen as a bit of a cruel leader based on this quote from the gameplay trailer, where Walter is called infamous. In fact, we know Walter can be a little cruel based on his conversation with the doctor. He refers to us, an augmented human, as it, which is dehumanizing. The doctor also seems to show gratitude that Walter is often coming to him for more subjects, implying Walter is in constant need to resupply these augmented humans for his mercenary army. But who is Walter actually fighting for with this army? That's currently unclear as of now, but if I had to make an educated guess, I would say he fights for the highest bidder. I'm guessing he sends his hounds out to accomplish whatever corporation's bounty is paying the highest. He doesn't have true allegiance and he doesn't value human life, but you have to wonder if he has ulterior motives. As I mentioned earlier, we are referred to as Augmented Human C4621. But in the gameplay trailer, it seems like we might be assigned a different name under Callsign Raven. This is pure speculation, but I think Raven is what Augmented Human 617 was known as among other units before their demise in the story trailer mission. We are a dysfunctional augmented human using that call sign as our own. The reason I think this might be the case is because we are asked why hide behind another's call sign, and there's follow-up dialogue about how far we can fly on borrowed wings, the wings being that of the Raven. All of this seems to imply that we are pretending to be someone that we are not. Maybe Raven is Walter's most prized mercenary, and if they perish on a mission, he might want to replace them, if not in name only, to retain a sense of presence and power, considering Callsign Raven is marked as a priority target for elimination after all. The stories presented in Armored Core often have branching paths. Once again, I'm just speculating, but I wouldn't be surprised to see if we have a scenario where we choose to align ourselves with or against Walter. The reason I think we might have a choice is admittedly a little weak, but in the gameplay trailer, we know that our mission control operator who assists us on our missions is female from this dialogue.
A coral response from the generator. Watch out!
But then the operator assisting on the mission where 617 perished seems to be a male.
Reporting to Handler Walter. Mission complete.
So basically, I'm wondering if we choose to align ourselves with a different corporation or something who has a different mission control operator. The other thing that makes me wonder if we can change our allegiance is that this line here, let's see how far they can fly on borrowed wings. It makes me wonder if we're being observed by another group of mercenaries or corporations who might be looking to poach us. We do know that there are other groups of mercenaries we temporarily team up with that aren't a part of Walter's hounds. But they could just be saying we won't amount to anything since we aren't who we are claiming to be. What do you guys think about this though? Are we going to have a chance to battle with or against Walter? Or will it be a static on-rails story where we aren't presented with additional options? Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. But that's going to be everything I'm speculating so far about Fires of Rubicon's story. So as for the Armored Core 6 giveaway, as I mentioned, I will be giving away a free standard edition copy of Fires of Rubicon on the platform of your choice. To enter, you must subscribe to the channel and follow the link in the description below where you will have to answer a couple questions. That's going to be it for me though. This was GooberTroy saying thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.